Hello everybody, I'm back. Thank you once again for indulging me on this Metaphysics of Self-Healing journey through the chakra system. Thank you for being here today. Also, yesterday we covered the root chakra. Today, and I misspoke on yesterday that today will be the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus is the third chakra. We're on the second chakra, the sacral chakra, the center of the self, it is said. We're going to be talking about some very important issues here today regarding sex and sexuality as they relate to the bogus HIV crisis that we are busting up worldwide. So, again, thank you for being here. What I'd like to do first is say thank you again to Mother Nephthys for being here. She guides and guards and protects me and all of us. And we are re-emerging into the return of the divine feminine. I want to remind you all that my dissertation in metaphysical science was called From HIV to Kundalini. It is a chapter in my book, expanded a bit from the school study. But please take a look at that. We are in a time of faster transition, as I mentioned to you in part 5 of the Bessemer presentation. That things are speeding up, and it's great, and I know you feel it. You're glad to be in the know. Thank you, Nephthys, for being here. I'd like to, first of all, do a little bit of a recap. We have mentioned several books. We've talked about Carolyn Meese's book, her understanding of the chakras and the principles associated with them. She has several books out there, all of which are excellent, many of which I've read. I highly recommend her. She is a medical intuitive. As well, we've spoken about Louise Hay. Louise Hay wrote the book, You Can Heal Your Life. It has an alphabetical list of diseases from A to Z, the causes of our creating our own illnesses, and then the affirmations right next to it to help us reshape our consciousness, change ourselves, understand and accept that we created our own illness and that we can also self-heal them. And then my book, The Rainbow Warrior. There is no HIV, exposing the truth about HIV antibody testing and the metaphysics of self-healing through chakra and Kundalini awareness. Again, a book of scholarship, a book with an extensive reading list that is not just about HIV, but all things spiritual and metaphysical. I wanted to share with you these 3 books today, very important, very popular books about the times that we are in. The Kundalini Rising Age. This book has several chapters of people sharing their own personal experiences with managing the Kundalini energy. Again, chapter 7 in my book details much about Kundalini energy. I hope that you'll order and read the book. I want to thank those of you who have already done that and are saying that you are going to get the book and read it. I also want to encourage you to order the book from my website, consciousdoctor.com. That's consciousdr.com. Just to be honest, I make more money than if you go on Amazon or B. Dalton or any other bookseller, because I self-publish through iUniverse. I make a little bit more money. The ebook is also available $9.99. So thank you for that, those of you who participated in that. We are coming to understand energy and vibration, the frequency of vibration. This book by Penny Pierce was excellent for me at the time when it came along. It went right along with me understanding the importance of the need to recognize that consciousness is creating my existence. This book is all about that. I highly recommend it. Another book, a little bit more detailed presentation by Christine Northrup. It is called The Subtle Body. It is an encyclopedia of energetic anatomy. It has lots of wonderful diagrams. If you are teaching metaphysics, you can use some of the diagrams out of here to share with the learners in your sphere of awareness. I highly recommend this book. On tomorrow, we'll take a look at a few more. All right, thank you. I think I'm going to move over here to the chakra chart because for me, this has been a lifesaver. understanding the principles of the chakra from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, through the heart of unconditional love, into the higher spheres of awareness at the throat, third eye, and crown. One thing about chakras you'll learn is that there's so much to learn about it. So you're going to be amazed at how much that you already know, but that you do not know. There are even different names in root and sacral, like Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha chakra at the throat, the Anja chakra at the third eye, and then the Sahasrara chakra at the crown chakra. Lots of things to learn about those. It is understanding the spiritual symbolism of our body parts. As I mentioned, our illnesses can provide a roadmap to recovery. When we understand the general area that is governed by the chakras and the principle associated with it, we can take a look at our life, at the situations, the people involved, whether it's at work or home or relationship, or with ourselves, where we are out of balance. And we, through reshaping our consciousness, can pull ourselves back into balance and assist our body, which is always in the process of healing itself. The body is God technology. Isn't that amazing? I think so. So today, let's delve into the sacral chakra. We learned in the root chakra that that principle is all is one. It is governed by the element of earth, connection to our tribe, our family, our friends. In the sacral chakra, it is governed by the element of water. And water, as we already know, is related to our emotions, how they ebb and flow. Well, understanding our emotions, being able to keep them in balance, not sway either way, too positive, or some might say arrogant, or more in the negative way toward depression and those type of illnesses that we are creating for ourselves again. Okay, today we want to talk in relation to HIV. We've already mentioned that it is bogus. There's no science to prove its existence, only propaganda. Today I might say some things that might shock you, but I want you to do your own research. None of us are responsible for your learning. You have to take an interest in it, spend time with it, delve into it, do some research. We have been taught about sexually transmitted disease. However, what we have learned is that around us in this infinite sea of energy is everything. And based on our level of awareness and our consciousness, we draw people, events, and situations into and out of our lives to teach us about ourselves. Typically in relationships, after the honeymoon wears off, you know, all the fun sex, the person might begin to reflect some parts of ourself that we are in denial about back to us. And that is when relationships become challenged. But if you are aware of that, and you are in a marriage where you have committed for a lifetime, some say, you know, spiritually speaking, to be with one person the rest of your life, you need to be a twin soul or a soulmate. Because again, people come into and out of your life, and once you learn the lesson, you move on to the next lesson and continue to evolve spiritually. But with the bogus HIV crisis, we have, as we mentioned, the elite, which controls how we think. They have caused all of us for a time to be in a mindset of victim consciousness, victimhood. Everybody but us is responsible for our ill situations, and that is not the case. And so what we have learned is that with so-called sexually transmitted diseases, which, by the way, HIV has never been proved to be sexually transmitted. So you're wondering, why do they tell us that? You know, because they want to divide us. They want to separate us. They want to break us apart. They want to keep us in fear of intimacy and touch and love and sex. You know, even the religious factions want to make us feel that having sex outside of marriage is wrong. We are moving beyond that. Sexual energy, Kundalini energy, is the most powerful energy on the planet. It evolves consciousness. We are to enjoy our bodies, to enjoy sex, and not go away from an experience feeling guilty and ashamed about our behavior. When we experience what is called sexually transmitted diseases, normally we have engaged in an experience, and then afterwards we feel guilty and ashamed about it for a prolonged period of time. And as such, we are drawing from the ethers agents that manifest in the body as illness. So give that some contemplation, think about that, and also begin to move away from stigmatizing and judging people who have been impacted by this bogus situation with HIV. Again, fear is the deadliest killer. Many of us, without even being aware of it, we've assisted our relatives and our friends into the grave. So that's a major thing. If that has been you, we're not here to judge. What we are doing is raising consciousness awareness and asking you to seek forgiveness of yourself and from the people that you potentially may have harmed. Okay, very important. Today I want to talk about some of the ways that sacral chakra imbalances manifest in a variety of dysfunctions in the body. We want to talk about, one moment. As I mentioned, STDs, low back pain again, and sciatica as in the root chakra. Remember, the chakras work together. Mental dysfunctions result from blaming and guilting yourself and other people. Worry over money and sex and power and control and creativity and morality. Okay? Controlling patterns in your behaviors, thinking that you can manipulate others. A lot of people use their body parts, which are physically attractive and sexually attractive, to manipulate others. That is something we're going to be charged to look deeply into. If you've been told that you have breast cancer issues, you want to understand that perhaps you might be smother-loving your children or people in your world. If you have got fibroid issues, these are the issues that black people tend to be told that they have. Some to the point, in the case of diabetes, to cutting off their extremities. That is something that does not have to happen, particularly with drastic changes in diet. Some of those things are also discussed in my book, so please, again, consider looking into my book. Okay? One other thing I want to mention, let's see, responsible sex. We're not saying go out there and do all manner of things that end up leaving you feeling ashamed. It's being responsible. Typically, the best sex involves love with someone you love, someone who loves you, and someone hopefully or perhaps that you're committing to. But if you are not that type of person, you do not have to feel guilty about that. One thing that HIV has done for me, which I've complained about, you've seen me online talking about, I miss my penis. I want my penis back because, you know, people still are in the awareness that people receiving that diagnosis are potential sexual contaminant. But we are breaking that myth down. Okay, so please contemplate not doing that going forward. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to discuss. I want to remind you, if you are in the Alabama area, about the book event in Bessemer. Again, my book, if you're in Bessemer, you don't want to order the book or can't afford it at this time, you can call the library or go online and place the book on hold and then go and pick it up and read it there and share it with others. You need to know that we cannot improve the collective consciousness without your participation. Nobody's going to drop down out of the sky and save us. We must save ourselves with right knowledge, with higher consciousness, with action. Not just learning things, but applying them in our daily life. I want to thank all of you on Facebook. So many wonderful people there, particularly the artists who create the images that allow us to create storyboards and to grab information from the net, from books, and share it with you. Spend a little bit more time rather than just scrolling through and clicking like real fast and promising yourself you're going to get back to it later, but you never do. These times are accelerated, and if I were you, I'd want to be in the know. So thank you all again, once again, for being here. Again, these presentations will be shared in the Facebook groups that I'm in, and then I upload them to YouTube where all of my information is available. And again, the site, consciousdoctor.com, that's consciousdr.com. Okay? Thank you. That took 14 minutes. I apologize, that was a little long, but we got it all in, I do believe. Thank you for taking the time. I am the Conscious Doctor, Rainbow Warrior, Damien Q. Laster, Dr. Kabir Amin Ra, Ampu Asar Set Harakti. Have a good day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.